Hey guys, this is your friend Mainak from Civil Center and welcome all back to our channel and another video on StatPro. So friends, many of our viewers have doubts on how to operate the StatPro and what is the right process. So in today's video, we're going to take up a live project and we are going to complete it, the design part in StatPro, and we are also going to give a basic idea of how you are going to start this proceeding things in the StatPro software. So watch this video till the very end, and if you are bumping into a channel for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button because sharing and learning is very important. Okay, so let's get started from the very beginning. So first of all, we'll just go through this quick introduction to STAD here. So this is the name of this STAD. So it stands for structural analysis and design. So this is what it stands for, and this is what we are going to do exactly in this StatPro software. So basically we are going to write down the steps, the basic steps which we are going to perform in this software. So the first step is the making the beam column plan and with coordinates ready. So what is this? We'll discuss later. We'll just relate to this this writings later. We all know what is the beam column plan. So the first thing which you need to have is you need to have a beam column plan like this. I'm just going to share with you. So as you can see, this is the beam column plan of a particular project. So the normal plan, as you can see here, the normal plan looks like this, in which you have the wall positions, the positions of the various rooms. But in a beam column plan, what we do is we define the position of our beams, because below every wall there will be a beam. So we'll decide the position of the beams, and also we decide the position of the columns. So if you want to know how to create a beam column plan, you can go to our playlist of our channel where we have shown you the examples, and also we have videos on column positioning, so you can search that. And if you're not finding that, you can write us, we'll just share you the link. Okay, so this is the particular plan, and from this kind of plan we obtain this beam column plan. As you can see, I have also written the coordinates here. So this is the first step which we need to do here. I'm going back to write the remaining steps here. So making the beam column plan ready is the first step, because after the architectural plan is finalized, we need to do this. And let's start then with the steps of STAD. So the first step is creation of a folder. So there are many ways in which you can operate with the STAD. I am sharing my personal procedure, or there is personal procedure of Civil Center, so that this, if you follow this process initially, then we guarantee that there will be no errors if you follow all these steps properly. Because over the time we have experimented with various processes and found that this is the best process which can be used for if you want to start using the software. So creation of a folder is the first process, because StatPro creates many files, and if you define a particular folder for a particular file, then it's best one, and it also helps you to arrange your files. Okay, creation of folder for every new project, and then open STAD as administrator. So I know many students cannot find, you're using the student version or maybe some crack version of the StatPro software. So it's best that when you use open it as administrator, then you can use the full features of it. So that is open STAD as administrator, and then we'll just then the next step is the model creation. So before the model creation also, we'll just write inserting nodes. So we'll insert your nodes in the software, and these are the small steps, and it can be classified into this these large steps as well. So I'm going to just while this making the steps, I'm going to give overall classification as well. This will be your model creation, and I'm going to tell you which of these steps will come into model creation. Or first will be new project creation. So the making the beam column plan ready and creation of folder, opening status, administrator. Comes under the new project creation. So this 1, 2, 3 of this comes 1, 2, 3. Let me write here. This comes in new project creation. So the next step will be the modeling. So modeling includes the creation of your model, and after the model is created, then the next step will be your model has been created. Next step will be definition, support definition. You can just write support definition, and then will be your property definition. So what is the support definition? Below every column, we need to provide a support. And the next is your property definition. When you define the properties of the beams and columns which are made in that. And after that, the next step will be what will be the next step? Next step will be your load application. So load application will be the next step. And the sixth step will be our structural analysis. So sixth step will be the structural analysis. Seventh step will be our data interpolation. And eighth step will be our structural design. So we'll take you to all these steps. Instead of explaining here, we'll take you to all these steps and tell you which are the steps which have been completed. Okay. So let's get started. We'll just see how these 8 steps are completed, and also we'll write the minute steps for here also. So we'll just share the screen with you. So this is the beam column plan which is ready, and now we are going to create a folder here. So let's create a folder, new folder in this. Then we're just creating a new folder in my desktop. So I'll name it stat new, and after creating this new folder, I'm going to open the stat software, and this I'm going to run as administrator. And when this software will open, and then we'll start the steps. So the software is getting opened. Now we'll just go for new project, and we'll just choose the file location here, and file location will just move on to desktop, and then we'll just choose the folder which we have created. Stat new is the folder which you have created. So we'll just select the folder and click on OK. So we'll just name this structure building 1, and then you can just click on space here and click on next here and click on finish. The units which we have taken, you have also seen that. So after that, you can close this, and we can insert your nodes one by one. So I'll insert the nodes one by one from our beam column plan which we have. So this is 0, 0. I'll just go to our -y view, and I'll just insert the nodes here. 0, use the tab command for it, and the next one is 4.286, 0. So this will be 4.286, and the y coordinate, as you can see, the x and this y coordinate is the top one, if you can see from the isometric view. So y coordinate will be 0 here, and the z coordinate will also be 0 here. So we'll move on for the next coordinate. Next coordinate will be our 8738, 0. So it will be 8.738, and this is the next coordinate. And moving on to the next horizontal line, so this will be 0, 4521. So 0, 4.521, and here next one is 1.981, 4.521, 1.981, 4.521. Next one is our 4.826, 4.521, 4.826, 4.521. The next one is your 6.604, 4.521, 6.604, 4.521. The next coordinate is 8.738, 4.521, 8.738, 4.521. Next one, let's move on to the next horizontal line, 0, 6.909, 0, 6.909, and next coordinate is 1.981, 6.909, 1.981, 6.909, and then the next one will be your 0, 9.017, 9.017. Next one is 1.981, 9.017, 1.981, 9.017. Next thing is 3.912, 9.017, 3.912, 3.912, 9.017. The next coordinate is 6.604, 9.017, 6.604, 9.017. Moving on, this is 8.738, 9.017, 8.738, 9.017. The next coordinate is our 3.912, 12.090, 3.912, 12.010. I'm going to check that. 3.912, 12.090, 3.912, 12.090. So check this. The next one will be 8.738, 12.090, 8.738, 12.090, and then the next coordinate will be your 0, 13.538. So it will be 0, 13.538, and after that it will be your, so the next coordinate is 3.912, 13.538. So it will be 3.912, 13.538. Next one is your 8.738, 13.538, 8.738, 13.538. So this is the coordinates, and if you can check, this is the coordinate, and if this is the beam column plan which we have prepared, you can check whether the shape is coming or not. You can check here. This is the shape, this is the staircase portion, this is the toilets, and these are the rooms. So as you can see, these are exactly matching, so your drawing is correct. This is a check which you can do, and the next step is using the add beams command. So we'll use this add beams command to join these beams. Each and every beam will just each and every nodes will just join here, and while going we'll follow the procedure of going from left to right and from bottom to top. Please note how I am joining this particular nodes. So we're going from left to right, and now I'm going from bottom to top, as you can see here. So while joining also, if there is any error in the coordinates also, you will find that in here only. So as you can check, this and this is not coming in one line, so you can check this process also. So just moving on, you can just check the coordinate. It's a 4.826, and this is also 4.826. So we need to check the coordinates here. So just click on escape and click on this, take the nodes cursor and then click on this. So this is 4.826, and the z is obviously the correct one, 4.826, and this one, let's check, this one is 4.286. So this is an error here. So we can, what we can do, we can just click here and make that 4.826. So like this we can do, and it is automatically adjusted, but we'll try that we don't have any such kind of errors in from the next time. Okay, so we'll just continue with the add beams process. We'll just add beam from here to here, here to here, and from bottom to top. And here also, you can check, there is no joint, so it is okay. You need to always keep looking at the beam column plan while joining this beams, because it will be exactly like that. The staircase portion, this we are going from bottom to top, left to right, bottom to top. So this is our plan which is completed. I can check here, and when this plan is completed, we can move it to the next level. So let me share the levels which we are going to design here. Suppose we are taking a building here. So we're going to make a G+1 building, and this will be, suppose we're taking 2 floors here, and suppose this will be the headroom or the staircase room above it. So this will be that portion. So the floor to floor height which you're going to take is, let's take a floor to floor height of 3 meters. Let us put this much. So this will be 3 meters which you're going to take. This is also 3 meters which you're going to take, and let's take this as your headroom height as a 2.8 meters. Okay, so like this we are going to take for the building. So let's proceed ahead and just move toward the model. So we'll select the model like this, and after the model is selected, we'll have the option of here translation repeat in the Y direction, and after that we'll just define the spacing 3 meters, click here also, and then OK. And after that, if you go into the isometric view, you can just check, click on escape or click on anywhere, and after that you can rotate the model using the cursor buttons, left, right, and up and down buttons using in your keyboard. And using this you can find a suitable view so that you can place your columns. So I'm going to go for this view here because it is according to the beam column plan, and I'm going to assign all my columns. So I'm just going to select add beams here, and while looking at our this beam column plan, we're going to add the columns. So let's add 3 columns in this line. So 3 columns in this line will be your 1, 2, and 3. You can also move it like this also, so that we can, okay, 3 columns in this line, and in the next line we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns in the next line. So 1, and then 2, 3, 4. And after that 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 columns in the next line as well. So in the next line, these 2 columns of the staircase, 1 and 2, and then 3, and then 4. After that, for the next line, let's see how many columns we have. 1, 2, 3 columns. So 1, 2, and 3. So columns we have added. Just click on escape, go to the front view, select this, use the translation repeat, Y direction, 3 meters, click here, OK, and it's done. Go to the isometric view, click on escape, just rotate the model to see. So it's done. So now we are going to complete the headroom portion. So basically this is the portions of the staircase. So here we can add the nodes of this particular headroom portion. So headroom nodes will have the X and Z coordinates. Just need to add the Y coordinates. So the Y coordinate here will be, just showing you the calculations which you have done. So the Y coordinate here, if you just add it, the value will be 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 2.8, what will be it? 8.8 meters. Okay, this will be the Y value. Using this Y value, we'll just insert the coordinates of the headroom. So we'll just add here simply 6.604. Here we'll add 6.604, and after that just click on tab, and the Y coordinate will be your 6 plus 2.8, that is 8.8, and then the Z coordinate will be your 4.521, and then click on tab again, and then the next coordinate will be 8.738, and then the Z coordinate will be 8.8, and click on tab here, 4.521, and then click on tab again. The next coordinate will be your 6.604, comma 8.8, the Y coordinate, and the Z coordinate will be 9.017 for the Z coordinate, and for the next coordinate it will be your 8.738, comma 8.8, 9.017. So we have all the coordinates here. So we'll just rotate the model, and we'll take the add beams option, and we'll add these beams. So we are going for the columns here, and then we'll just join the beams. Let's save this model. Okay, so now the building model up to the G+1 is complete with the headroom. So you can also have a look here in this particular view. You can have a look of your structure here. So after this, what we'll do is we'll assign the supports. So here what we'll do, we'll just show you the steps. Let's see how much we have reached here. We have created a new project creation, we have done modeling, we have done, and we are going to go for the third step, that is definition of supports. Support definition we'll just assign. So before defining the supports, let me just explain the concept behind the support. Basically, we are starting the building from the plinth level. Okay, below there will be columns and also the footings here, which we don't design in STAAD. So below this we'll assign a fixed support here, just to indicate that the structure below will also be monolithic with the existing structure. Means we are considering the structure to be monolithic or to be a single unit. So that's why we are providing the fixed support here, or we will be providing. Okay, so we'll just share the screen, and we'll be providing fixed supports below every column which you have. So for that, we'll go to the front view, click on escape, just select this bottom plinth beam along with this columns and go to view and go to view selected objects only, and then select the isometric view here and then click on anywhere outside. That you can just simply go to the option of general and then supports. We'll simply create a new support here and we'll add this, and after that we'll just click here, and after that we'll use the cursor to assign. You can use the cursor to assign or just use the control button to select. Make sure you don't select anywhere else, to just select your, can zoom in if you have, zoom and rotate if you have any doubts. With the control button we are just assigning, selecting the nodes which has the columns. It's very simple, and then assign to, yes, as you can see supports are assigned. Then you can go view and select the whole structure. So we have completed the step number 3, that is support definition. So what we have done until now, let's revise, keep revising the things which you have done, so that helps in remembering the steps, and when you have the process in your mind, the remaining becomes simple. So the first step is your project creation, second step is your modeling, and in project creation what we had created a new particular file folder, and after creating a new particular folder we had opened the STAAD as status editor, run as administrator, and after that we had defined the units, and we had just created a new file and we had inserted the nodes. That is starting with the modeling part. Modeling part has started with the creation of nodes. We had done the plinth beam part, and then we had used the translation repeat option for moving on to the next level, and after that we had joined the columns, and after that we had taken the columns and as well as the roof floor beams, and we had used the translation repeat option once again, and when he had done that we had achieved the second floor, and after that we had defined the particular coordinates for your headroom. So after defining the coordinates for the headroom, we had joined the beams and columns, and after that the modeling part was completed, and after that we had defined fixed supports for our plinth beam at the points where we had our columns. So this was the process till now, and the next process, as you can see here, will be your properties definition. So it's important to understand why we define our properties. Basically, what is structural analysis and design? We need to understand that basically we have any member, let's say this particular beam. So now we'll apply some loads on this particular beam, D in the form of UDL. Okay, that is the one wall will go and will calculate the load of the wall and will apply in this particular beam. So what will happen? We need to calculate the internal forces in this beam, which is known as shear force and bending moment. So this is known as structural analysis. What we have studied in the structural analysis considers the midpoint or the mid section of your beams. So we need to, after the structural analysis is done, we need to ensure that these particular forces can be resisted by the structure or not. So for the initial calculations, we need to define a particular size of the beams, let's say 250 into 250. And after that, we need to check whether this particular size is sufficient enough or not. So the first step, that is applying of the forces which will be acting on this building as per the standard codes of your country. And after that, finding out the values of the internal forces is known as, internal forces such as bending moment and shear force is known as structural analysis. And the second step, whether the section which you have provided for or assumed for the beams or columns or any structural member is sufficient enough to bear those loads. This is the second step, and the second step is known as structural design. That's the simplest definition of structural analysis and design as we can give here. So we need to define the properties here. So what we'll do while defining the properties, we'll define separate properties for our plinth beam, separate properties for our roof beams, and also separate properties for our columns. So let's get started with it. So we'll just go to our, we have the option of properties here, and we'll add a new property here. So as you can see, this is a section, and we have the value option of define here. So we'll define a property, go to rectangle, and we'll define property of 250 into 300 for our plinth beams. So 250 is this one, so it will be 0.25 into 300, 0.3. This will be for our plinth beams. We'll just see. And the next property will define for our roof beams. We'll go for 250 into 350 for our roof beams. So this property we have assigned for roof beams. Next property will define for our columns. So for columns, we'll go with our size of your, let's go with a size of 250 into 350. So this will be 250 into 350, or let's go with initial size of 250 into 350. Let's go with this particular size, 250 to 350, and after that we'll just click on add here, and we'll just close this. So now all the properties of the have been defined which we wanted to add. Now we'll just define them. So let's start with the plinth beam. We'll selected this, select this particular portion. You can see in the 3D view that all the plinth beams have been selected, and then click on assign to assign, and this is done. Next, we'll select the particular roof beam, and we'll go to the front view, select this, and after that, we'll just click on assign to assign. And for the roof beams, we'll select the same property as the plinth beam. So we'll just select here and assign to selected beam and assign. So as you can see, this two properties have been assigned to the roof beam and the plinth beam separately. Now for this, we'll just go to the isometric view, and this will be for our columns. So we'll go to select beams parallel to Y. All the columns have been selected and assigned to select. So this is the process of your definition of properties. That is, we have defined some particular size for the beams and columns so that we can check whether the loads which will provide are sufficient enough. So if they are sufficient, then it's okay. We can also reduce this section and see whether we can provide more economical design, or else we will increase the size of this particular members for suiting the particular loads. So friends, today we have completed, if you can see here, up to this 4 steps we have completed. That is new project creation, modeling, support definition, and properties definition. In the next portion of the video, we'll cover our load application, structural analysis, data interpolation, and structural design. So if you are new to our channel, stay tuned and do share with your friends, because sharing is caring, especially when it comes to such things for civil engineers which bring value to their career. So that's all. Bye bye. Have a nice day.